Hello, welcome to Computer Tech and More. Today we're going to be taking a look at the RK Royal Kludge keyboard. The box is pretty unremarkable, so let's go ahead and open it up and take a look inside. So inside we got, well, the keyboard itself. It's got some basic plastic covering, and in the back here we have a keycap puller and a switch puller. We have our USB-C to A cable, looks like USB 2 style, and some extra switches. Well, the first thing I want to note about this keyboard is fit and finish. I don't know if you can see that well on camera, but the little screen panel kind of popped out when it first arrived, and I had to push it back in. So I'm not sure if that's going to cause me problems later, but certainly you get what you pay for when you're buying a $70 keyboard. So bear that in mind. So we need to have some realistic expectations of this device so that we don't really think too hard about it, because I've looked at some more expensive keyboards lately, so that's going to be a harder judgment factor when I'm taking a look at this compared to, well, like a $200 keyboard. Okay, some notes about the keyboard. This is an 85% style, so it is missing the arrow keys, which would go over here. So different than like my drop shift, which is, what do I call it, N95? So it's missing arrow keys, but you get the number pad, which is good if you need that. The arrow keys are, I tend to use them a little bit less, but they're still useful. Actually, no, I lied. Right there. There are your arrows. So you do have a reduce side 0, your period, that's light up, light down. So more compact styles are definitely not for everybody. There's number lock. Where is print screen? Does it have that? So page up, page down, so you're going to have to use FN to get to them probably. So definitely a lot more compact than my 95%. And in some ways it's missing dedicated buttons that you find on like 75% keyboards. So you're definitely getting a compensation, getting that number pad. So depending on what your most important aspect is, you want to stick with that. And connectivity options. Well, it's got USB 2 in, and it also looks like it has USB pass-through, which is fantastic. I love to see that. I didn't see that in the product notes, actually. I'm just seeing that for the first time now. Now that probably only works with USB. I don't expect these to work over Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or, well, not Wi-Fi, but the little Bluetooth dongle. So it has 2.4 gigahertz, and I believe it works over Bluetooth as well. So it's got an on-off switch and GB. Well, that certainly does something, but I have no idea what. Oh, we just turned on the lighting. Sorry, it's upside down now. So this does only have one fixed color, blue. So I hope you like blue. Otherwise, this is not the keyboard for you, my friends. So adjust the lighting level. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that for the moment. And again, I said that the switches are hot swappable, and I selected one that has brown switches. It also comes with reds and blue clickies. Under the frame here, they claim it has a silencer foam padding on it, which is very good at this price point. A lot of them won't have that sort of feature on it. And the hot swappable switches, actually, it's cheaper just to solder them in place. $60, $70 for its price, or $60 with a 30% discount if you can catch it. And apparently pressing the FN button when it's on will display the battery level. Let's turn it on. Ah, do you see the blinking light? I think it's doing it. So that's just a cool feature that I read about online, and well, let's do a little quick listen test. and let's go ahead and plug it into a computer and see. Well, we'll plug it in a second. So it does have a fixed angle like that. And it has a little foot, big foot. Pretty good rubber padding on it, actually. Good rubber there. The in-between step. All levels have good rubber, which is better than expected. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. I apologize for that. Other than that, the bottom is plastic. The top is plastic. Feels pretty rigid. Now, let's plug it into a computer. Well, let's take a little look-see at... I pulled off a switch, and oh, that was very easy to pull out. So it's a 3-prong style north light, and these switches are made by, well, they're made by, I have no idea, but they pop out really, really easily. Like, my drop shift was much more challenging to get in and out. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The stabilization on some of these keys is pretty poor, actually. See, there's a lot of wiggle in these keys. So, I saw from another YouTuber, more pro than me, obviously, that having it a better plate or mounted switch does improve stabilization. So that could be part of it, and also just how loose certain things are, because these pop out really easily. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I did also want to note that in theory you would be able to replace any of these switches with a standard 3 pull pin switch. So if you don't like the feel of the switches, you can obviously swap them all. You can replace the different keycaps with other ones you like. So you can truly customize the keyboard itself, but if you don't like the keyboard itself to begin with, meaning how good it responds, then there's no sense spending the money to upgrade it, or actually buy the keyboard in general, and you have to determine that for yourself, and hopefully this review will help you make a decision on that. Okay, we're going to do the typing test. I'm doing it wired. We're going to do Bluetooth with the gaming test to really test it out. I don't really have high hopes for this wirelessly, but the main advantage for the keyboard is, of course, the fact that you can hot swap the switches to change the feel, but it may not be specifically for gaming, but we'll test it when we get there. Okay, let's do the typing test. I'm looking at my screen past my camera, so it's a little bit distracting, so it's not going to be perfect. I'm a little bit dyslexic, which adds an extra challenge to it. But I'm going to have the microphone pointed at the keyboard so that you can get a sense of what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and get it started. Oh my God. Well, let's restart. Oops. Okay, 58 words per minute, 98% accuracy. That's pretty good. Let's see how it compares. So actually that's apparently up there with when I did the mesh membrane one from Razer. So that's pretty interesting, although I will say that the keyboard feels mushy. So take that for what you will. After starting to actually use this keyboard, sorry, my camera light just popped on. I noticed some weird oddities with it. There's Windows, Mac, so that must be different profiles. So print screen they put on Y. Why didn't they just put it on P? So it'd be FN Y to get print screen rather than just Control P. I don't know. So it's just got some weird layout stuff. So to get to the number lock, you actually have to push FN. Otherwise, this will act differently. So it's just got some weird oddities going on. And the screen is literally just a screen, and it doesn't appear to actually do anything other than display RK Royal. Okay, so we're going to do our gaming test of the RK Royal Kludge, however you want to say it. Doing it wired first, and then we're going to test out wirelessly, just so we cover all of our bases. Game of choice is Black Mesa. So let's give it a go. I do apologize. You're going to be mainly focused on the keyboard, which is, of course, what the review is about. Okay, I got grenades. Where's the bad guy? The sound is very hollow sounding. It's kind of annoying, actually. The response, I don't know, I feel something. It's like a slight overshoot in there. It's not terrible, but it's, I just feel a little something in the keyboard that's off, if that makes sense. Okay, let's go ahead and try it wirelessly. Alright, if you need any other proof, I'm disconnected. Let's try it. It feels kind of the same. Yeah, it's adequate. It's not great. There's certainly probably worse out there, but you know, it's doable. It's a good starter level. But if you're looking to, if you're on a tight budget, you can't beat this keyboard. But if you've got extra cash, I'd do something better. So to conclude here, there isn't a professional review of this that I could find, like on ratings or whatever. But if you're looking on getting into a custom keyboard space, this is certainly a fine starter, but it's not great. You do save quite a bit of size on a standard, like 95% keyboard, but I just feel that it's got quite a bit of lag in it, but it's okay. That's kind of what I'd say. For the price, it's good, but overall it's just okay, and that's okay. Well, thank you for watching my video on computer tech and more. I hope to see you next time in one of my videos. If you want to see more keyboard stuff, leave comments down below. Otherwise, I'm big into fan testing right now. Check out my Patreon page, and I'll see you next time.